this weekend. So, some notes from someone that is an NFL kind of a scout. He's going to join us next week, but he kind of gave me some notes. This is Matt Alkire, who we had on. He was at the Shrine Bowl. Was it the Shrine Bowl? Mm-hmm. Out in Vegas. Still right now, and again, these are not what everyone is, what you may hear or read, but these are from his thoughts talking to teams or others that are in this business. Kalyn Barnes, his stock is rising. And this has been now a few days after he ran that great 40 at the Combine. He's as high now as maybe the third round. Not sure it will happen, but heard that from at least a couple of different teams. Watched him in the Shrine Bowl. This is from Matt. He goes, I wasn't all that impressed, even with his speed, but others now like what he does because of how he plays. Whatever he does, they feel like in the NFL that can be fixed.
Yeah, it would surprise me, though, if he went to the third round. I mean, I would see him. I mean, he's a sixth-round pick to me.
If he goes in the third round, it's all entirely based off of his speed and his athleticism and not his play. I mean, I'm sorry, but he did not play like a third-round cornerback in the NFL draft. I mean, again, when we talk about the NFL draft, I've just tried to make it this year more than ever, more of a point I hammer home in my own head of just completely overrating guys that we just know better. You know what I mean? It's like, we've watched him, so we feel like, well, Kalyn Barnes is better than that guy, but we don't watch Gardner-Webb and Richmond and all these other teams that have great players too. And so it's not just a matter about being good. It's like, how many other guys are good at your position? How many other guys are just flat out better than you, So I don't know where he stands, but third round, that would be incredible for him, but that would be shocking to me.
My assessment of Kalyn Barnes would be, outside of his athleticism, is you can't make too many complaints about the way he plays or that, there weren't times where like, people were like, Kalyn Barnes, God, but at the same time, there weren't enough times where, to me, to be a third-round draft pick, you'd be like, Kalyn effing Barnes.
Well, this
it just didn't happen.
Remember where this is coming from. This isn't coming from us. This is coming from somebody that follows it and also talks to teams. And he himself said, even after what he saw at the Shrine Bowl, he was not all that impressed and thought he would probably be very late round, if not an undrafted free agent. Now,
but I can see where just the athleticism and the size and the NFL style and all that, Xavier Howard was a really good cornerback, but I didn't think he was near first rounder, soon to be highest paid cornerback of all time good. I didn't think he was that good.
He's
obviously
in the Jalen Ramsey conversation.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, so you never know. And with the guy who's got just that type of athleticism and size, then
All right, now, Abram Smith said he's trending in the wrong direction, according to him, towards the late rounds. He was at his highest mark after the season. This does not, any of this means it's going to work this way. But Abram Smith and even Tyquan Thornton, who was at practice yesterday, they just haven't heard much about them anywhere from the 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th round, which is kind of what we thought, even though Tyquan had the great NFL Combine numbers. Jalen Petrie, 2nd or 3rd round. That's the second day. I know that there is some smoke about him being in that first round. He doesn't see it that way, but who knows? If you want somebody, if you feel like he's going to help you and you need that, but pretty much 2nd or 3rd round, which is really what we've heard for a long, long time.
Kuiper has him at 36.
Yeah, and so 2nd round.
Yeah, early 2nd round.
Terrell Bernard, he hadn't heard much at all. One of the concerns, I just haven't heard much about Terrell Bernard. No matter how he plays, there is still the concern about his size.
Yeah, he's not very big.
Not very big, but my God, can the guy play some football? Now, the problem is, can he play football long enough to warrant wherever you draft him?
Well, can he stay healthy as well?
Exactly.
I mean, he's got a lot of injuries that have piled up, played through some of them, but, already not being a very big guy, he's got already a bit of an injury history. I mean, that's a little bit of a red flag no matter how great he was, and he was great. But I can see where that would cause some teams pause for sure.
Treston Ebner will get drafted. He didn't say what round, didn't think it was going to be too early. Might be towards the end of the draft. He just does too much. By the way, an NFL coach who on Terrell Bernard, I love him. His size hurts him. But my God, he's a football player. And again, you still have the checklist, the protocol, team doctors, all that go against that as well. Logan Hall, the young man who played Belton High School here in our backyard at Houston, easily will go in the first round. That's a local boy, local kid in Logan Hall. And we've heard that really from a long time. In fact, we had Logan on the show with Drew Pittman, one of his agents. Xavier Newman-Johnson, who had a pretty good run, most likely preferred undrafted free agent. That's not a surprise, but the fact that he's getting that look says quite a bit. And when he went to the Shrine Bowl, that didn't hurt him at all. Guard center for him. Who am I missing here?
Tyquan Thornton.
Tyquan Thornton, I mentioned him along with Abram Smith, just haven't heard a lot about him ever since the Combine, most likely somewhere in that early third day, perhaps the 4th round or the 5th round. The problem is there's so many receivers, and a lot of guys ran fast. I like Tyquan. I think someone's going to get, not a steal, depends on where they get him, but I think Tyquan really last year showed that he's just good. Just a good player. He's got better size than you think as well. Now,